Hey everyone, content warning, mentions of death. If that bothers you, click off this video. Thanks for joining me. Today I'd like to talk about funerals and chemical sensitivity. Now, we all know everyone dies eventually. It's just a fact of life. To lose someone you care about is hard. To lose someone when you have chemical sensitivities, it adds a whole nother layer of grief and guilt, unfortunately. First layer, guilt for a person with MCS is that they have not been able to visit the person that has recently passed. For people who have lost someone during the pandemic, when visitors were not allowed, they will have a small understanding of this. I just lost my grandma, and I personally had not visited her in over 4 years before she died. My not visiting was not carelessness, it was not hate. I loved my grandma. It was simply because my medical condition did not allow me to do so. I couldn't travel that far without getting sick. Say I somehow made it to where she lived, which is not where I live. I wouldn't be able to go into the long-term care facility that she had been living in, because of all the product use and stuff. And she was way too sick to leave the facility. And if I somehow did make it there, did manage to go inside without things going horribly wrong, there's no way I would be okay to drive home. Ideally, halfway between would have been great, but there was no way she couldn't leave the facility. So, I couldn't go visit. So I do feel guilty because I didn't self-harm to go visit my grandma in the last 4 years. I know I shouldn't. And I knew over 4 years ago, at my aunt's funeral when I last saw her, that I was not going to be able to visit again before she died. But I still feel guilt, even though I knew that. And I know that my health needs to be a priority, but I do feel guilty. The second layer of guilt, usually an upset, around the passing of a loved one is the funeral, or the celebration of life, whatever you want to call it. Someone with MCS, they just can't attend a funeral. It's much too dangerous. I can only speak to my own experience, which is Christian Catholic type memorial services. Lots of candles. Everyone dresses in their Sunday best, which includes perfume on top of their already perfume-filled, chemical, toxic soup of personal care products, laundry products. And then, depending on the church, which variation of whichever religion, incense, and usually a lot of it. So none of this is conducive to the continued existence of the person with chemical sensitivities. We need to avoid that kind of stuff, which means funerals can't be attended physically. And we feel bad about this. We want to go, but for our own sake, we can't. I wish I could go. Another layer that may or may not be added on there is family and friends. If they are not understanding of MCS, or they feel you should just suck it up this once and push through, that can lead to a whole lot of conflict and unnecessary drama. It's hard enough having not been able to visit and then not being able to attend the funeral without getting attacked for not being able to attend the funeral. and not being able to visit. Adding that hate and drama because you are rightfully protecting your own health, it makes everything so much worse. If it does happen, if you are attacked for not being able to visit someone before they passed and not being able to attend the funeral, it's going to be hard, but try to remember that it's not about you. Chances are this person has no idea how to process their emotions, how to process their grief, and they're looking for a distraction, and to lash out like that is drama that they've created to distract themselves and not feel their own feelings. So it's not about you. Try to remember that. I know it's hard. With the pandemic, accessibility did increase. It's going away now, which drives me nuts. But services were being streamed on the internet when everything was closed down. I hope that they continue streaming services now that things are opening up, because it would be nice to. I'm not religious, but if you are to attend your worship from home, being safe instead of hurting yourself, and in my case attending this funeral, being home safe and without hurting myself, is good. It's not the same, of course, watching a live stream versus being there, but it's the only way that someone with chemical sensitivity can attend pretty much anything. So I will be watching my grandmother's funeral on my laptop at home here, instead of physically driving about 2 hours to go to the church to physically attend. I want to be able to go and physically attend, but I know that because of my health I cannot. I just really hope that none of my family decides to take offense to my lack of physical presence. And if they do take offense, I really hope that they keep it to themselves instead of starting drama. But anyways, funerals with chemical sensitivities. I hope this helps. Either you attend future funerals, or maybe someone in your family understanding that it's really not you not wanting to go, it's your health not allowing you to go even though you want to go. Yeah. I think that's all I have to say. Anyways, thank you for watching. Bye.